Hello everyone, Windy City Comic Books here, day after the convention, and actually got a lot of responses on my C2E2 comic book convention going, or my little haul there. But anyway, kind of got me pumped up about comics, talking about, actually all the responses and everything I got from the video, and just talking about comics got me a little pumped up. So anyway, I just thought I'd do some my favorite covers. I'm excluding Neil Adams from this video because I'm going to do a video on just his covers, which I have a ton of. But anyway, I'll try to narrow it down a little bit. But anyway, this Captain Marvel number 37, I mean, it's not a special issue or a key issue or anything like that, but I just kind of like the space theme there and him flying around the planet. That was kind of cool. Freeing. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't think I showed this one in my original comic book cover video. I think I just showed number 4 and number 7. But again, another little space theme there. I love Jim Steranko. Very cool stuff. It's a pretty nice book too. I have 2 copies of this, but unfortunately the pages on this copy and the other copy are like brown. But it's a beautiful book though, other than the pages. Alright, House of Secrets number 100, classic Bernie Wrightston, and I bought this on eBay as a 9.2, and when I got it I was like, oh my god, this book is like a 9.6, I mean there isn't a flaw on it, sharp corners, beautiful, perfect spine, and then up on here there's like a half-inch tear, just like a, straight up and down on the spine. I'm like, oh, that was the only flaw I found. But very disappointed in that. But I do love this cover. I used to have this book as a child, but of course my copy is all beat up because I read it. All right. Let me see. Adam Strange and Strange Adventures, number 221. Murphy Anderson cover. Again, not like a really key book or anything. Not an expensive book. I think this one was like $15. It's a nice shape. Maybe a 9.2. Or maybe a 9.0. I see some little stress marks there. But anyway, kind of cool. I like how they look back at the 60s, like, oh, this is the future. The tubes of spaceships running around. And I don't know, it just kind of cracks me up. All right. The Unexpected number 122. I like those solid color books, solid green, solid reds. That was just kind of a cool book. Actually, I think this one, yeah, it was an 8.5. Looks like somebody cracked it out of the slab there. Anyway, it's Amazing Spider-Man number 124. I wanted this book for a long time, and I think it's just because I used to have the Peter Pan record set of this. When you actually play the record along with the comic book. Yeah, I tried to get like a 9.6 copy forever, and I think the cheapest one I ever saw sold was like $360, and it's kind of a lot for me. I mean, for that book, I really didn't want to spend it on that. But anyway, I found this nice raw copy. It was a 9.4. And a little bit. The only thing I really don't like is the spine, like how it's a little bit off center. It's got the white from the back. But other than that, it's a beautiful book. John Romita. But. Alright, I put a heavy metal in there. I was trying to do just 20 covers that I liked. I've got some CGC books to go through too. But this has always been my favorite heavy metal cover. And I can't remember, I think this one was like, this might have been in the movie, like advertising the poster or something like that. It's just a really familiar image to me for heavy metal. And it's also a beautiful copy. It's from 1981, shortly after, I think when they come, 1978. I can't remember when they started their books. But yeah, very cool. I think this photo was this picture was also on a lot of T-shirts. All right, now into the CGC books. Ugh. All right, Captain America number 113, classic Jim Steranko cover. Love this cover. Very cool. I wish I could read this book because I saw somebody. I think it was on. Oh my gosh, what's the name of that website? They were talking about this series, and they had I guess there's like a centerfold in here. It was just an incredible battle scene, Captain America, and oh my god, those bad guys, I can't remember their names either. But anyway, I wish somebody could help me. The Red Skull and his horde of whoever those guys are. Anyway, I'll come to me. But yeah, kind of cool. 9.4 white pages. If anybody's interested in it. All right, I want to put a Steve Ditko in there too. I don't really have any really early Spider-Man Steve Ditko covers, but Beware the Creeper, number 2, 9.8 off-white to white pages. It's also kind of nice colors. You know, you got the purple and the yellow and the green and the reds. Kind of an original cover too. And I need... Alright, I threw this in there just because this one kind of struck me because I didn't even know about the Tomb of Dracula, like this Blade, the Blade character. I mean, I didn't read these as a kid or anything like that, and I didn't even know until after the movie, you know, like came out, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, it was a comic book, and you know, and I imagine most of the movies and stuff come from books and comic books, but yeah, this kind of blew me away. I was like, oh my god, Blade. But yeah, there's Wesley Snipes on the cover. Yeah. But anyway, 9.2, Tomb of Dracula, number 10, white pages. Yeah. Alright, I put this book in there. The cover isn't that spectacular. I mean, it is Gene Colan. I do like Gene Colan a lot. But I was looking for this book forever. I mean, I could never find a copy that I wanted. It always had a date stamp on it, or, you know, it just wasn't the condition I wanted, or I could not find one for sale. And I finally found one that was 9.6 white pages, and I was not going to be outbid on it, which I probably paid way too much money for it, but I'm still glad I got it. Yeah, big Captain Marvel fan, and I have most of his other issues, like 1 through 10, and a few other ones, but yeah, I always wanted his first appearance, and I was finally able to get it here. But yeah, very happy with this one. Whatever, 9.6 white pages. Yay. Not a Superman fan, but I saw this and I was very interested. How many different ways can you kill Superman? But anyway, it just looked like a cool cover. Nick Cardy, all the hanging Supermans. Still, they won't hang one from his neck. They're always wrapped around his waist or his shoulders or something there. But yeah, I guess back in the 1973, got some limitations on what they could do in comics. But yeah, Superman number 269, Rocky Mountain, 9.8 white pages. It also was kind of a cheap, well, not a cheap book, but it was under $100. So, all right, this one, Tomb of Dracula number 19. Again, I had this as a Peter Pan record set when I was a kid, and I think that's why it really, you know, appeals to me. Gil Kane and Tom Palmer cover. Blade is an appearance in this book. It's Tomb of Dracula number 19, 9.8 white pages, and it's a Susha News collection. Yeah. Alright, and then one more small stack here. Alright. Never really thought I'd be a fan of Doctor Strange, but started seeing some of their covers, and again, I'm a big cover guy, so. Another Gene Colan and Tom Palmer cover and art, and it was actually kind of neat how they did the Doctor Strange, how he's all that blue character back then, and anything with the Juggernaut, you gotta love that, man. Juggernaut rocks, and oh my god, just that angle of his fist and fighting, like I've just never seen anything like that. I thought that was very cool. But anyway, it's 9.0 white pages, Doctor Strange number 182. Couldn't really find this book for sale a lot, and I wasn't very patient, so I just bought it as soon as I could. Alright. A little Frank Miller art. Wolverine Limited Series number 3, 9.8 white pages. Just thought this was very like simplistic, and this is something I would have done, like I would feel like I would have done like in my art classes in college. But yeah, just I don't know, kind of striking. I really like that cover. All the black too, you know. I'm sure I probably wouldn't like it that much if it was like a 7.0 and had all these color breaks in it, but yeah, I think it's a beautiful cover. The Amazing Spider-Man number 44, 9.2 off-white to white pages, second appearance of the Lizard. This is John Romita, and I wanted this book for a long time. I used to have one that was probably like an 8.0, maybe even less, but I always wanted a higher grade copy of this. Could never find it. Again, I like these dark covers. Also the purples and the greens and the whites and the reds and the blues. To me, it's just the contrasts. But really wanted this book for a long time. I wanted a 9.4, but man, I kept seeing those things go up and up and up in auctions. $800, $900, $1,000. So I settled for a 9.2. But anyway, I'm happy with it. It's a really nice looking book. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man number 97. I like this book. I actually got a pretty good deal on it, I thought. 9.6 white pages. This is the drug story that's not approved by the Comics Code Authority. And John Romita cover again. And then Gil Kane actually does the art inside. But yeah, it's kind of a simplistic cover. A lot of these covers I didn't like back in the 60s. You know, you get those Avenger covers where just, you know, just like not a lot of detail in the background. I mean, just like gray, or just like they kind of slapped it together and just not a lot there, but her depth. But anyway, I thought this was kind of cool. Of course, got the two main characters, the arch rivals there. But again, green and purple. It's just the colors, I don't know. Anyway, all right. Captain Marvel number 2, 9.4, off-white to white pages. Another Gene Colan, Super Skrull appearance. I really like this again, dark cover. With all the greens and whites and reds. But yeah. Again, I probably wouldn't like this cover as much if it wasn't so sharp, you know. Yeah, beautiful. This one I was kind of interested in. It was a Captain Marvel number 43, 9.8 white pages. It's actually Al Milgrom and Bernie Wrightson cover. And I love Wrightston's stuff, but this doesn't really feel like Wrightston's. And I thought it was like a mistake or something. But maybe he did the inks on it. I don't know. But actually his signature's down there with Milgrom and Wrightston. So, but yeah, it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't have the Wrightston feel to me. Maybe I'm just used to all this horror stuff and how dark and, yeah, I don't know. But it is, I still think it's a great cover. It's great art. Again, the space stuff and all the planets I always seem to like. And last one, I think I did this one. I had a raw, I actually do have a raw copy, like maybe an 8.5. But I got this little upgrade. I wanted to throw it in there too. Another Jim Steranko, 9.6, Captain Marvel number 29, off-white to white pages. Thanos, Drax, and Controller cameo. But yeah, Jim Starlin, man. Or what did I say, Jim Steranko? Anyway, this is Jim Starlin. I get my guys mixed up. But another little planetary thing. Love that cover too. All right. Well, thank you for joining me. I'll get that Neil Adams video probably going tomorrow if I'm still motivated as I am today. But gotta get ready for work. All right. Thanks again for joining me.